homie, day and night. Got the party jumping, about to break the ice. Stay up on my grind, that's my way of life. I got tunnel vision, I'ma chase that ray of light.
Hey yo everyone, and welcome to a new video, and today we are reviewing a Resonance Ho-Ho. Now, Resonance Ho-Ho can be played in two ways. It can be played as a support Pokemon, giving a lot of buffs to your team, or also can be played as an attacker. And in this video we are going to actually play Resonance Ho-Ho as an attacker. Usually Resonance Ho-Ho as an attacker is not played as much, since most of his damage comes from Cyclone Attack and Sacred Fire, or the ultimate. It can even be the flying type version. But the problem is, since it's a flying type attack, there's a lot of Pokemons that are resistant to it, and the ultimate you actually need to be very low HP for it to actually provide any kind of damage. If you are planning to recharge and you want to save yourself some money, consider using Aptoid. Aptoid will give you a minimum of 15% of your money back so that you can use to recharge again. This 15% can go up to 25%, and right now they are actually giving a minimum of 25% bonus on your recharges. If you want to know more about how to get this bonus, the link is in the description with a more detailed video. Thank you Aptoid for the sponsor, and let's go back to the video. First of all, let's take a look at our team options. This bird can be used with basically anything that you have. Right now I am using it with Overlord Victini because of the passive, because it provides you with crit damage and skill power, and at the same time I'm also using Earth Evil because, of course, as well of the passive that reduces the enemy's defenses. Besides that, Earth Evil will also be used as a spotlight, but it has no gear because I kinda want him to die. I'll explain the strategy behind this a little bit more during the battles. Now, the way that you want to build the support will depend on your power. So for example, right now the power of my main attacker is like it's much higher than my side Pokemon or my support Pokemon, so I don't care so much about the build of the support. I decide to go with Reflect and Hedgehog because this helps me break the shields if the enemy attacks them. The same will apply to Earth Evil, Reflect and Hedgehog. If you don't have any of these Pokemons, there are other options. As I said previously, you can play with basically anything that you have. If you have Eons, use Eons. If you have the Victini, still use the Victini. If you have a flying team, imagine that you have a Tornadus and a Thunderous, or even something like this, but Overlords, okay? Overlord Tornadus, Overlord Rayquaza. The Rayquaza helps you attack multiple times as well. There's also the option to use Overlord Dark Ho-Ho in the team to play with your Resonance Ho-Ho. There's honestly a lot of options because this is mostly a solo Pokemon, so it will work with almost everything else that you have. Related to the Ho-Ho build, let's ignore this personality. The best personality is cheerful or stubborn. Related to the abilities, I have Holy Body on the ability 1, but if you want you can use Line Strike. I am not going to use a speed boost because I will be using Volcanion support. Related to the ability number 2, you can use adaptability yourself to get a little bit more damage. Me personally, I am going for the Flame Body so that I can play against black and white Kyurems. Ability number 3, I'm going for crit damage, more crit, more damage, that's what I want. And Dream ability, he has its own ability, that's what we want. It's also very important that you max out the secret technique to play with this Pokemon, because this level 30, the ability of moving again after releasing a Z skill can be very important in a battle. Hidden skills, what I consider the most important is the Rage generation, because we want to play around our ultimate the most that we can. So if you can have some Fury to your Pokemon, so focus energy, if you can add some crit, so this one is the Fury, if you can add some crit because this Pokemon needs to crit, okay, get him some high, get him high, yes. And everything else is just standard, as you can see from over there. Related to held item, I'm using a charcoal. What is the most important over here is the amplifier. You want to use a Tempered by Flames amplifier so that it can give you the most crit. Related to ribbon, I'm using Master Ribbon, but that's because I already have enough damage. But if you can, I would probably advise you to use the Champion Ribbon to also provide you with more crit and crit damage. Level 40 Fusion, this is the setup that I am running if you want to pause the video and copy. And it would also be cool if you unlock the gene so that you can get that increase in damage as well. The speed is not the most important, but the damage is. Related to wish stars, we are going to focus on two very important wish stars. If you have dual blade, so the strategy around this playstyle of attacker Ho-Ho that I'm going to use is that you want to use your ultimate the most you can. And if we go and check out and read our ultimate, as I said a while ago, it will deal more damage the lowest HP you are. Actually, it's easier to read over here in the Pokédex. It can deal higher skill damage when the user has low HP. Oh wait, I am happy that I mentioned this. So if we want to try and play around ultimate, right, we are using hidden skills to just generate the most rage, the most fury we can, so that we can use ultimate the most times we can. But at the same time, if you notice, I have no healing. So this is one of the important things. You are playing basically with no healing. The only healing is coming from your passive, nothing else. It's like the bare minimum healing to stay alive, and your ultimate, like the goal is so that you will always be low HP. You will always be like 1 HP so that you can do the most damage with your ultimate. And here's where the wish stars, okay, let's go to the wish stars. Here's where the wish stars actually have something going on. Dual blade. You will lose 20% of your own HP, but you will get more skill power. So again, reducing your HP and getting more damage. If you have Echo Star, that will help a lot so that you can just get a bit more rage on your Pokemon and actually get more ultimates going off. Now, I have a couple of fancy wish stars over here that will basically just increase the damage that this Pokemon does. But if you don't have any of these, I will advise you two amazing wish stars. They go by the name of Extreme and Counter. So the Extreme is when your HP is low, you will get more crit damage. 30% more crit damage for 3 rounds. This is the purple one. And now, where is the Counter? Yes, when your HP is low, you will get more crit. So it's an awesome and very OP combination of wish stars that you can use so that you go low on HP and you get more crit rate and more crit damage. I'll actually equip Extreme over here, and I believe related to wish stars and related to the build, I guess we're good to go. Let's actually just showcase this Pokemon then in battle. Right now I'm on Arena rank 6, I usually take the rank 1, but as you can possibly understand, this Pokemon is not a Pokemon to be played on auto. This Pokemon goes by a very specific playstyle, and it's mostly well played if you play manually. One of the best things about this Pokemon is that you don't need speed on him. You actually want the enemy to move first, because the passive, if you have the golden skill breakthrough on your passive, you are unkillable for the first round. And that's the good thing. So right now, I'm even going to just, I'm just going to remove the shields from those Pokemon, and he will attack me. So the goal is, right now I'm way too fast to play against the enemy team that I'm playing right now. But the main goal is that you are slower than the enemy, and the enemy will attack you. It doesn't matter, because your strike cards, you can invest more on attack than on speed. You want to stay low HP like this, because then you just buff yourself like this, and they cannot kill you. Simple as that. And if there's anything going on, if they debuff you or anything, you use a heal metal, you use Volcanion support, you use your field for more damage, and it's okay. You should be fine. Like, you should be more than fine. Really. Okay, battle number 2, we have a black and white going on. Again, I am way too fast. I do not want to be this fast though, but it's okay. I guess we can just use like this. As you can see, ultimate full HP, it did not deal damage, right? That was not the best battle for me to showcase. Let's go to battle number 3 then. Battle number 3 against a Sword and Shield. This should be a little bit more interesting. I am going to not use the ultimate on purpose right now. Okay, I need to use the ultimate on purpose because he's kind of slow, but it should be fine. Now, this people, going to try and spam my heal. Okay, I'm low HP. As you can see, I'm low HP. Now, being low HP is an amazing thing because you can just do it like this. And as you could see, Even though it's a sword that has a lot of damage reduction because of shield, etc., it just melts it if you are low HP. We are getting into a little bit more difficult battles now. He's faster, nice. Okay, as you can see, he's faster. Even if he would dance, he would not kill me. I'm at like what? What is my HP? 2 HP, and it's my turn to move. So this is just perfect. Against those black and whites that they have no Ho-Ho set. They usually play with Thunder set and Mesprit. This is where Ho-Ho shines. Because usually they have no other option, they attack the others, and well, yeah. The rest is whatever. And if you play on CL, you have access to a berry. You just use a berry to break shields. And boom, like after you break the shields, you can just attack them directly, and it's fine. So as we could see so far, against black and white, this Ho-Ho is amazing. But now, against sword and shield, it might not be that amazing anymore. I'm going to use one heal badge right now, but now, what do we do over here? We are low HP, we can just use our ultimate on the sword. Sword does not have Ho-Ho set from what we can see. And I believe we can just one-shot it like that. Yes, we should be able to. Now, who is going to move next is Diancie. Now, Diancie being a tanky Pokemon, it might be a little bit harder to deal with. Let's go and see what Diancie does. Every time we use ultimate, we are safeguarded, but as you could see, we were not so safeguarded over there, were we? So, this Diancie, how much speed do you have? You have basically almost the same speed as me. So you will probably move twice, will you? And okay, now we'll safeguard. So we want to stay low HP. So what I'm going to do is Z ultimate so that we can activate our secret technique of moving again. And this was not the smartest idea, because now I don't have the safeguard. I thought I had safeguard. So this is not cool. This is not cool at all. It's not cool at all. Okay, let's try once again. So we have Sword and Shield moving. I'm going to use my heal badge because he will just stun me. So there goes the stun. All good. Honestly, I feel like I can just use the Volcanion support because I will probably not need the healing, the control anymore. Because what the Volcanion support also does, it also removes any kind of control, any kind of status that you might be suffering. So it's actually very useful against those kinds of things. Now, okay, I survive. That's nice. That's nice, that's awesome. This is what we usually want to do. We want to be able to use our ultimate. It just saves us for one round, so if the enemy cannot attack twice, it's amazing. And we will always be low HP this way. And if they attack us, there we go. That's how we should have played. Basically, when they attack us, you just get a lot of rage back, and well, it's just rage generation all over the place, and you get your ultimate back up, and you can just use ultimate and over and over again. So if you have a Ho-Ho set, you can use it, but if you don't have a Ho-Ho set, and if you have an endless set, since endless set also generates a lot of rage, this is very good for you actually. Of course, the Pokemon itself is not perfect, it's not completely OP. It will rely on you being low HP, and it will rely on the enemy not being able to just kill you when you use your ultimate. If you have a feeling that you will just die on the next turn, remember you can use Safeguard, so this way you will not die for sure. The only big counters will be like an Overlord Yveltal ultimate that can just remove the Ho-Ho sets, can remove the Safeguards, but honestly not many people use Yveltal. The other big counter is tanky Pokemon, so if you are going to play against a very good Flare, so the tanks that I was playing against, they were not the same power. If we find like a really good tank with some good defenses, this Pokemon will not deal damage to them. The other big counter are Spotlights, because if the enemy is using Spotlights, there's no way you can do anything about them. And one of the big and popular Spotlights that have been going on is Melmetal. Melmetal, going with Sword and Shield and a +5 held item, can just use his buff, and with his buff, Heavy Protection, he will get the Spotlight to himself. It will also get a lot of damage reduction, so Ho-Ho will be stuck on Melmetal, and that's one of the biggest counters. others. But if your enemy doesn't have any of that, your Ho-Ho is free to attack the enemy attacker directly, and you usually win that way. Keeping in mind that for this strategy, you don't really need that much speed, really. Like, the speed is a bonus. You mostly can just invest on attack and you'll be doing great. You'll be actually extra annoying to your enemies, and yeah, you'll kill them with the ultimate. Anyways, this was the video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys on the next video.